Yeah, I just wanted to thank Henry from Creatures of the Night Performance. Henry's been helping me out with getting me performance parts and a lot of good info. He's a great guy. Yeah, YouTube. Putting together my Duramax motor. I got these pistons, the lips are cut down in them. They call it de-lipping the piston. It's supposed to be better for the combustion and stuff. They got the bronze look to them because they're ceramic coated, and then the sides of the pistons are Teflon coated. And a little dimpling on there from the sandblasting, but so yeah, anyways, putting the heads on and time covers on there, oil pan. This head is already installed. And I'm going to show you a little bit of what I got to go through to put these heads on. These are ARP head studs. They provide a little bit better clamping power than the stock head bolts. So I have 22 of these, and then 4 of these little ones here. Like that? Smashed it. Ouch. Okay, and each one of these bolts, you have to start out in a pattern, torque pattern, and you torque every one of these larger bolts to 45 foot-pounds. Then you go back to the bolt you started at, and you turn your torque wrench up to 90. And then you do your pattern, you do all these up to 90. Then you start at your number 1 bolt again, and you tighten all these down in the pattern to 125. Then you know what you do? In reverse pattern, you start with number 22 and you back up. You loosen them all the way up. Then set your torque wrench at 45. Come over here to number 1 stud. And you start your pattern again. 45, 90, 125. And you loosen them all up again. And then you start all over again. You got to do this 3 times. You got to do 3 steps on each bolt 3 times, and you got to loosen them up in between times because you're pre-stretching the bolts or the threads in the hole, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's a bitch. So this one's done. Now I just got to start on the other one. But that's where I'm at with that. I'm gonna put it in the stand here and let you guys watch me put some of this stuff together, I guess. So hang on, be right back. Alright, I got the gasket on. Now down on the alignment bells. Now we start with 10 million studs. Put the pre-assembly lube on there. Stuff seems to be a little bit dried out, but it'll be alright. Okay, all studs are in down. Now, take these ARP washers, take your assembly lube again. You're supposed to put a thin coating on the washer too, on one side. Put it facing down. That way when you torque, you get the proper torque, because it lets it spin freely instead of binding on metal on metal. You're supposed to put a little thin layer right around the top of the head. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you guys. By the way, just so you know, I'm no expert motor builder or anything like that. I can put a set of heads on, but that's about it. This motor was rebuilt by Pfeiffer's Engineering out of Freeport, Illinois. Did a fantastic job, and he's pretty known around these areas for doing a real good job. He rebuilds tractor pulling motors, Duramax pullers, Duramax drag racers. He doesn't charge a ton of money either. He's a real good guy. Okay, all washers are installed. Now, I take all these fancy 12-point nuts, and they get a little bit of grease on the bottom of them. This motor also has ARP main studs in it that were installed by the builder. The crank was keywayed, the crank gear was keywayed, the cam gear was keywayed. We want that stuff from breaking off, because otherwise they just come with a little pin in them, and the pin's been known to shear. So the pistons were cut and coated. We talked about that earlier. Heads are ported. I'm still going to have to get my old water pump out and get that tack welded, because you're supposed to tack weld the gear on there, or tack weld the nut, I'm sorry. Sometimes they come off. Thanks to Henry, Creatures of the Night Performance. He's got a diesel website. Him and his partner Daryl, great guys. If you need any Duramax parts, make sure you see Henry from Creatures of the Night Performance. He's also a moderator on Duramax diesels. He's actually a moderator on quite a few sites, actually. Great guy. While I run all these down, I'm going to put you guys on pause.